Welcome to AFarmers breakfast show right here from County 034. Tumeanza tumechelewa kidogo kwa sababu ya ni Monday.
Kuna traffic.
Yes. Good morning from AFarmers here, County 034. We want to welcome you to another week, a bright new week. Mercy.
Yes, a new week. It's the 14th.
Karibu sana.
Thank you. How was your weekend?
Hey, my weekend, hata si eko weekend.
Yeah,
it was an extended week.
Oh,
I was
on the farm. Week, so.
I was on the farm from, I think, Thursday. Wednesday. Thursday. It was amazing. Amazing stuff kabisa. Nilitembelea mkulima mwingine hapo, akanionyesha vituko. Wakulima wanafanya vituko. The guy is farming everything. Everything
that can be grown in a farm.
In fact, that's why I said, hey, let's talk about what is profitable. He has cabbages, skuma, mahindi, sorghum, wheat, strawberry, bananas.
Wait, all those crops?
Yes.
In one farm?
In
for
Kajiado.
one person?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
Yes. And the weekend?
My weekend was great. Yes, I went to uko kwetu. But Ukambani. I was just saying Ukambani. It's really, really sunny. Like
hot.
That hot. It's 6 in the evening, but the sun is still hot.
Yes.
Like really hot.
Hata nimeangalia kamera nikaona nikumbe niko bado. I'm still here.
I don't know what's there with the sun, because I was talking to one of my cousins in Nyanza.
Yes.
They're telling me that this has been like the hottest season, to the point that there is no water in the lakes. Not lakes, rivers.
The rivers.
Yes, there's no water in the rivers.
Wow.
So it means it's really, really hot.
And that means farmers are also suffering.
Yes.
Let us know where you're watching us from. This is a Farmers Breakfast Show. Continue to follow us on our social media handles, AFarmers _ Instagram, AFarmers Media on YouTube, and AFarmers Media right here on Facebook. And tell us what your weekend was like, where you're watching us from, and something very interesting. What would you like us to talk about this week?
Yes.
Now, Mercy, unajua kuna vitu mbili nimeona. A few things that I've seen that farmers do and do very well. Farmers produce.
Yes.
And then farmers take photos.
Okay.
Of the
good
produce.
Photos.
Yes, very good photos.
Yes. I.e. you. Yes.
Me. But when it comes to selling and understanding how profits are calculated,
That's where the
hapo
problem
tunakula ndipo.
Kabisa. Okay.
And that's what we are going to be discussing today. Which are the most profitable crops? We have sent out a poll on Africa Farmers Club, and we are also sharing it right now on AFarmers on our website as well. If you're watching us again, you can also watch us on our website, afarmers.com, and you will be able to see all our streams, all previous, current, and coming, and previous, upcoming.
Previous
Shows that we have been having here right now. And we want to discuss what is the most profitable crop to grow in Kenya.
In Kenya here?
Yes.
But I told you I'm going to start a business for crops.
Ngoja. Acha kutukimbiza haraka sana. Mercy has a surprise for us today. She has a surprise in terms of who she wants to start some business.
Yes.
In agriculture. The young farmer.
I want to start a business.
Amesema kuna mahali whatever she wants to sell is being sold at 500 shillings.
One of it.
So we will be talking about, first of all, breaking down in terms of why do you want to be a farmer, how can you be a farmer, how do you understand farming as a business, some of these things that we will be discussing today. And before we go there, probably we can start with traffic updates.
Traffic updates. Oh, today is Monday.
Kama kawaida.
Yes. Traffic.
Kabisa.
There's heavy traffic on Park Road, Ngara, towards Thika Road, Muthaiga. It's bumper to bumper. Akusongi, people are saying it's not even moving at all. People are stuck in traffic. There's a little bit of traffic on Langata Road. Manyanja Road to Donholm is jam-packed. There's a stalled truck ahead. So, someone here is saying that Villager Major Go Road iko hadi naweza tembea hadi town na nifike mbele ya matatu. Okay, Ngong Road kuna jam sana. Then we have I've just rolled near Mbagathi Flats. Yeah, and there's a Mitsubishi Outlander which has been hit near Roysambu by a truck. Yeah, that's on the traffic updates. Mombasa Road, it's moving but slow.
Mombasa Road. I cannot wait for that Nini by your
Expressway.
Aye.
Expressway.
Yes.
But if someone said from town, if there's no traffic, the expressway is 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Westlands. From Westlands to Nairobi. 25 minutes.
Wow. But
Oh, that was it.
we're hopefully.
Yes.
I think that they're moving very fast.
Hata mimi nimepata
And
jam leo hapa on the way to hata nimeshangaa. Hata sijui kwa nini lakini ni sawa tu. Good. So let us know also if you have any traffic updates. If you're stuck in traffic, you can let us know as well, and then we can be able to share with our fellow viewers. But now, before we get into the crops, first of all, there's something very interesting. Wanted to just find out, why do you think, Mercy, why do you think farmers fail? What part do they fail? Because we take good photos.
you take good photos, the produce are perfect.
Yes. Where do we fail? Because sometimes there's a Makuna market.
Akuda market.
Yes.
There are a number of places I
Yeah.
think where farmers actually fail. And one I'd say is first detecting or understanding your market actually. You have to understand your market.
Yes.
Then if you're not going to understand your market, then how are you going to sell?
Yes.
Then which means your crops is at wastage.
Yes.
Whatever you've planted, whatever you harvested, and into wastage. And the other day you were discussing here about farmers keeping records.
Yes.
I think that's one important major thing that a farmer should do.
Yes.
From what you've planted, how many, which date are you expecting to harvest,
Yes.
what estimated profit are you going to get, how much has it costed you to put down all the crops in the soil and
Yes.
everything. That's one thing that a farmer should put into place.
Yes.
Put records. It doesn't matter, even if you're just growing, let's say, sukuma wiki. At least you'll understand, okay, last season I did this and this and it did not come out perfect. What if I tried this other method?
Yes.
Or what if I tried this other way?
So that you can, you're not chancing.
Yeah, you're not chancing.
Yes.
Like you're sure, okay, I did a mistake at this particular part.
Yes.
So come next season, I'm not going to do the same mistake.
Exactly.
And another thing, that farmer, the first thing actually, is understanding your soil.
Wow.
Yes.
Tuendelee hapo umeguza mahali.
You have to understand your soil.
Yes.
Like you get farmers, they plant something, but you're not sure if your soil is healthy. Does it have enough nutrients to
Yes.
plant such a crop in it? And
Kwanza ujue
Yes.
kama inawezekana ama haiwezekani. Yes, very interesting. So as we can see here, there's so many factors that have to be considered before we even talk about the profitability of a particular crop. Kwa sababu kuna wakati, Mercy, I was told put 40,000 shillings, grow watermelon in 3 months.
In
You have
3 months it will be there.
400,000. Mimi ndani poop. Hata bei ya mbegu sikurudisha pesa ya mbegu. Agriculture dominates 40% of the economy. And it actually contributes to like around 70% of the workforce, because there are many people who work in the farming industry, but mostly of the rural workforce, and also contributes 27% of the gross domestic profit. But the challenge is that is agriculture and not production. That is the production.
the production.
But it comes to scenarios where farmers are not rich. Farmers, have you ever met a rich farmer?
It depends. Well, by rich, you mean what? Like lifestyle and everything.
Yes.
No.
Why? Why do you think it's a problem?
Maybe I've not explored enough. Maybe there's someone hiding somewhere.
Top rich Kenyans. Have you seen one of them is a farmer?
No.
Why?
They'll help us understand that. 'Cause actually, there was a research that was conducted.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find a person holding a doctorate or a PhD
Yeah.
doing farming. Why?
Hey, umemaliza sasa. You know, last week I was actually when I was at the farm, there was a farmer who called me, not far from our farm, and told me, "Hey, come over and see what we're doing." This lady she's a professor. She's a professor, I can't remember what she teaches. She's a professor in one of the universities, and she's calling me to help her see how she can be able to set up the farm. She's not young. She's like, I think, 60 and above.
So she's retired, or
She's not yet retired. She's retiring, and that's when she wants to start farming.
Right now.
Yes.
So it's just let me say what situation. I don't know that has
Why is it that they
made
want?
her to go.
Why do people retire into farming and don't want to do it? Is it a hobby?
Now I think they're going to do it as a hobby now, because now you can't sit idle. You can't be employed. What else can you do?
So the only thing you can do is farming because you cannot get any other job.
Yes.
You are sure?
Not because yes.
Hey,
because
Ndakuzimia Mike.
Not because you cannot get any other job, but let's say you are a teacher, and high school teacher.
Let me take back that statement.
I'm giving you an example.
Yes.
You're not a farmer,
yes,
but you have a farm. You have land somewhere. You are a high school teacher.
Yes.
They retired 65. No, 65 years.
Yeah.
So you've retired. What are you going to do?
But so you only do it because you are... farming is the only thing you can do when you're not active. And you cannot retire at 40 and go and do farming.
Engaged.
Is it because they... Because I think that's one of the biggest problems why farming is not being considered important.
Yes.
Let us know what you're thinking. We have we've shared a poll on Africa Farmers Club here, and it talks about what is the most profitable crop that you have ever grown, and share more information. We are seeing very interesting feedback, very, very interesting feedback coming actually from you, and we are seeing some of the crops that are there. We will be talking about this in a short while, but before that, we want to just make sure that we understand what are we talking about when we talk about farming, and when it's farming, if it's the effects of farming, what are these effects of farming, and before we continue, we have our weather forecast that we are sharing in the next few seconds with you. We have basically from the week, this whole week, we have very interesting activities, and we say that the general outlook of weather forecast is actually is very interesting, and I'm being told we need to go for a short break. So we are going into a very short break, and when we come back, we will talk about weather more. Welcome back to Farmers Breakfast Show right here from County 034, where we help you as a farmer to connect, learn, and grow. And before we went for a break, Masi alikuwa ameanza kukohoa. Yes.
Mwenye kuku Kitengela.
Kitengela na vumbi.
This morning I came across mtu wa motorbike. I actually started laughing because the lashes are brown. So you're like, it's 6 in the morning. So where are you from?
Ameweka makeup. Today is the 14th of March 2022, and we have weather forecast right now, and we see that in the most parts of the country will remain generally sunny and dry. Meteorologists walisema nini? Kutanyesha. Hata kuanza kunyesha.
And we told people if you're in a place that you are farming, the rain is going to come, so be ready, be prepared.
Occasional rainfall is, however, expected over a few areas, especially the west of Rift Valley, in the highlands, and then now in the Lake Basin, in the Lake Victoria Basin, that is areas of Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Elgeyo Marakwet, Kericho, Vihiga, Bungoma. We will see morning chance of rains over a few places, and in the afternoon chance of showers over a few places also. At night, showers. Maximum temperatures will be 32 degrees, minimum temperatures 10 degrees, and then sunny intervals in the morning. When you go to the northwestern, that is Turkana and Samburu counties, we'll expect temperatures of 38 degrees high maximum and minimum of 13 degrees. Highlands, east of Rift Valley, that is Nairobi, including Nairobi County, Nyandarua, Laikipia, Kirinyaga, Murang'a, Kiambu, Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi, Valley Pakura, and Nairobi counties. We'll expect sunny intervals both morning and afternoon. It will be partly cloudy. Maximum temperatures of 31 degrees and minimum temperatures of 0.9, that is 9 degrees centigrade. Northeastern, our counties, that is Marsabit, Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, and Isiolo counties, sunny intervals, partly cloudy, high maximum temperatures of 37 and minimum temperatures of 18 degrees. The southeastern lowlands, that is Kitui, Machakos, Makueni, Kajiado, Taita Taveta, with sunny intervals, high maximum temperatures of 35 degrees and the minimum temperatures of 14 degrees. Mombasa, coast regions, that is Mombasa, Tana River, Kilifi, Lamu, and Kwale counties, definitely sunny intervals, high temperatures, maximum of 33 and lowest of 35. And this is actually a 24 hours that we will be giving you this throughout the week, and that has been the farmers' weather forecast. Now, getting back to the discussion we were discussing. Masi, why do people get into farming? Tuanzie tu hapo kwanza. Leo najua umetulima kidogo lakini
sasa why people get into farming?
Yes.
Some people go into farming as a hobby, of which it's allowed.
Yes.
You and your kitchen garden there, you just your little spinach, sukuma wiki. That's farming still, because unacheza pale na mchanga.
Yes.
Then we have some people who go to
Tunacheza na mchanga.
Si kucheza na mchanga. So we said farming is an art. So it's an art, which means kuna venye tu you do your things.
Vile, yes.
Ama unacheza kadi zako za na mchanga.
Unacheza kama wewe.
Unacheza kama wewe. Then another reason is because you have the farm or the land. So you feel like because I have it, I'm not going to leave it at that. Like I have to find something to put in the soil. So let me just grow this. So you find yourself farming.
Yes.
Some people go into farming as and let me not say inspiration, but this is what they want to do.
Yes.
This is what they are interested in doing. Like this is what they feel comfortable doing. Not as an hobby, but they put all of their effort and everything into farming. Like you find someone wakes up in the morning, goes there, like he has interest in farming. That's a different variety of people. And now there's a people who go into farming as a job. This is where the income comes from.
Yes.
They fully depend on farming. If the farm is not there, if the crop doesn't do well, then that's it for them.
Very interesting. And we'll be talking about this in detail. You know, one of the things that I've seen very interesting is what are the things that farmers do, first of all, to get money? You know, why do why do farmers want to get into farming? And we'll be sharing that slide in the next few seconds. But before that, we have an update that we have actually received that today, for those who are in Kokwenu, by the way. Ugo. Kisii and Nyamira counties.
People to wakilisha me.
Yes. We have a sensitization forum for coffee stimulus program in Kisii County, starting in the next few minutes at 9 o'clock. And then at 2 p.m. there'll be Nyamira. So in Kisii, it's the KATC, Kisii Agricultural Training Center. They'll be there. The chief guest is our one and only active CS of agriculture, Peter Munya. Yes. And then at 2 p.m. there'll be Nyamira County, that is in Sironga Playground. So if you are a coffee farmer, siku anajua coffee inagrowiwa Kisii.
Yeah, it does. We have coffee in our farm.
Yes.
And I used to sit like when I was like 5.
5 years?
Yes. At that time it was doing good. But now these days, I don't know if it's the market. They're not doing it active as such. It's not that active.
Okay, interesting.
Actually, Sironga is like 5 minutes, no 10 minutes to home.
Sasa hata niandike hapo mapema.
Sironga is like 10 minutes.
So tume salamu kwa watu wa nyumba.
Nitume salamu. Yes. Tell my people to go there. There's a forum. I'm going to make a phone call after this.
Yes.
There's a forum they should attend.
They should attend, yes. Actually, the stimulus program is very interesting. So we are also, as you see us talking today, we talk about how to be able to make money.
Yeah, by knowing which
right
most
crop.
profitable crop.
Umesema lazima tuanze na soil testing.
Soil testing.
Very important.
I actually like emphasizing on soil testing because you say, like, for example, you as a person.
Yes.
You like occasionally go to the hospital
Yes.
just for random checkups to see you're okay, if the mate is okay, if there's anything, like just to go for checkup.
Exactly.
Similar to the soil.
Yes, very important. And
take
tomorrow
it to the lab.
We will talk about soil.
So let me not just
the what,
go there.
the why,
and
the when,
the how.
The how.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, and we'll have some goodies that we will be giving to you as a farmer. So again, now as back to the topic, we want to see something very interesting that we would like to talk to you about. And this one is, why do you want to be a farmer? What are the things that you can consider yourself to say that I'm considering this to be a farmer, and that is very important before you even think about profitability. It's very important
to know why.
Exactly, to know why and how. There's knowing why, and then there's how.
How you're going to do it.
Yes, and we'll be sharing that as we discuss. So consider why you want to be a farmer. That's number one, before you even think about profits. Then think about your priorities. Masi. Kuna wakulima wanaanza kulima, ikifika katikati wanasema hapana, hisi yao. Yes. So we want to share that, what are some of the things that you can be able to look at, yes. And as you can see on your screens, we want to say, think about your priorities correctly. Usipeleke tu ati kwa sababu lazima iende hapana.
Ama because you've just seen your neighbor is doing farming. Ile mahindi yake
imegrow vizuri.
Let me go and try it out.
Yes. In fact, the farmer I visited, I asked her, have you done a soil test? And then she said, no, ule mkulima pale chini amefanya. And her, she's on the upper part of that area. And automatically, when you're at the upper part, it means that there's a lot of soil leaching that has happened, a lot of soil erosion as well. So ile nutrients yako in tofauti. So probably your top nutrients imeenda huko chini. Yes. So tomorrow, make a date. We'll create
around.
Yes. Again, decide on the economic hardships of small farming are acceptable to you. So ni shida ukulima ni shida, si rahisi.
Ni risk kwanza.
It's not for everybody.
Ika kubet na you just taking, for example, you are, let me say, take a loan to bet.
It's a risk because why I'm saying it's a risk because lazima you have to have some facts, right?
Right.
And these facts are from production, from
production and
market,
post-production,
yote. Yes. So you have to make sure that you are understanding that it also needs a lot of investment as well in it.
And research, actually, just before the same way, let's say you want to start a business.
Yes.
Maybe you want to start selling, let's say, jewelries, for example. You have to have a business plan where you're going to get these jewelries from,
Yes.
who is going to, what is the profit of these jewelries, how
Yes.
much are you going to earn, how much are you going to spend.
Yes.
And before investing your money, you have to, into farming, you have
Yes.
to understand all this. I'm going to grow maize. Where am I going to sell it to? And how am I going to profit from this maize? How am I going to transport it? Is there a market? Yeah.
Exactly, yes. So visit farming resource websites. Make sure you visit as many as possible. These days, they're even social media. You know, ziko mingi sana. You know, make sure you're going there to Africa Farmers Club. Make sure that you're visiting the farming resource websites. You know, as you can see on your screens there. You know, reach out to local cooperative extension that is now going to extension services. Endo tafute. You know, you go to agriculture extension officers. Why? Is because they have the experience and knowledge of that area. So if you do it and you do it well and talk to them, then you get the information.
And you know what you're not supposed to do.
Exactly. You want the information. You might not even need them to come and visit your farm.
You just need the information.
Period.
Maybe they have seen that this area maize is not doing so well.
Yes.
But let's say a different crop, sorghum, is doing perfectly okay, and the profits are amazing.
Exactly.
So this way you get the knowledge that okay, I'm not going to do maize.
Yes.
Let me start with sorghum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then volunteer in a farm sometimes. Why? It's because you get to know, and this is now you're learning. When you're doing that, you're learning a lot. Yeah. And then the most important thing, second last thing, is talk to farmers. Talk to farmers about the experiences, the area that they are in, what are they growing, you know, stuff like that. It's very important for you to be able to do that. And then the main thing, talk to AFarmers Media.
Listen.
Talk to us. Watch us.
Watch our shows.
Yes. Call us.
Visit
Call us.
Africa Farmers Club.
Yes.
The best platform.
Yes. And you need to call us. Call us on 0700 29 30 31, and you will be assisted with any information that you want. I repeat again, 0700 29 30 31. Now, crops. Kwanza, we have a review. Let us have this review that is there on Africa Farmers Club. Let us see what you are saying. We have quite a number of responses that have come through. We have asked the question, what is the most profitable crop you have grown? We are seeing many of you, very many of you, there's a very big gap, are saying tomatoes. Interesting.
Okay, that's interesting.
Interesting, very interesting. I would have expected probably something else. And then some of you are saying onions. Interesting. And then maize of all the things.
Okay.
Hey, very interesting. And then we have some very interesting comments coming on our very interesting comments. So the first comment says
Peggy Njere said plantains.
Plantains, and she
So
has,
far so good. I can't complain. Okay.
You know, I've always wanted to plant plantain myself. Like in sijaipata the right tubers, right seedlings
To plant.
But Peggy has said that
Talk to me, Bizuri.
yes, there is no secret per se, but I think one thing that has helped me is being aggressive with marketing my own produce. And some that I buy from fellow plantain farmers. You see, I have direct contact with my off-takers. Very interesting. Wow, interesting. No middlemen, really. And yes, you can get suckers from me. 07. Peggy, we're coming to you. We will come back to that comment.
We're coming to see you.
Yes. Another comment?
We have Obat Petro is saying capsicum I've never regretted. Then we have who? Collins.
Collins, get it.
He's saying avocado.
The avocado guy.
Yeah, I'm here with avocado guy.
Hey, that's a mercy. Now that we have reached avocado, hebu tuambie hiyo siri yako unasema.
If I think the most profitable, if I was to start farming right now. But you know, avocados are, the thing with avocados is that you have to be patient with it. Tutapanda ungoje 1 year zishakuwa.
At 6 months.
6 months.
You
You have to be patient. But once they're here, you'll be happy. I realized actually one avocado in the US is $500 bob each.
Yes, $5.
$5.
Na ni kadogo kamejikunja. Hey.
Imagine if you
imeandikwa product of Kenya. Yes.
Okay. So imagine if you get to export, like just not even many. You have 500. 500 is one. I export like, let me say 5,000 avocados.
5,000 avocados times 5
times 500.
We're
That's
talking
around
about
2.5.
2.5 million shillings.
Yes.
Profit yako, how do you calculate profit?
That's not profit.
This is cost of production plus marketing and
This is now the money. Now I have exported this nini.
So how do you calculate your cost of production?
My cost of production first.
How do you calculate your profit, sorry?
How do I my profit?
Yes.
I have to remove the cost of production first.
So how do you do that?
They subtract from there.
Kabisa. Importance of farming records. We will get to that. We will going to talk about that.
Subtract from there the cost of production and everything. Production is wide, is
Yes,
range
yes.
from soil to seedlings to exporting to labor and everything. You remove that, then you get your profit.
Exactly.
My profit will be 1.5 million. And
Mercy told us we have to check our soil. Kabla anza kutupatia nini avocado nini. Mercy told us we have to check your soil.
yes.
But as you check your soil,
Mandatory.
you also need to make sure that you're using products that are helpful to you.
To the soil.
Exactly. And one of the products that we have seen is K-Humet. K-Humet from Omnia East Africa, actually Omnia Nutrology. Check them, go to their Facebook page, Omnia East Africa, and find out more about what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how K-Humet helps you as a farmer
Yes, soil.
correct your soil.
Yeah.
Yes. And now, once the soil is sorted, now it is which crop. Make sure, again, the interesting part of it all is understanding what nutrition is required
In your soil.
in your soil.
Yes.
And you can only know this.
If you just take your soil for soil testing.
Fantastic.
Just take a sample, just take it to the lab.
Yes.
Then you get your results. So from there, you know where to start from. It's the first thing. You know,
Yeah.
okay, my soil is lacking specific nutrients. How do I
Yes.
get them? Where do I find them?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking about profitable crops. And
Yes.
I've said avocado. But how do you get to know a crop is profitable, or what makes a crop profitable?
Tell
That's
us,
my question.
how do you know it is profitable?
How do I?
And how do you calculate that profit?
How do you calculate the profit first? And what I've said avocado. What makes avocado a profitable crop?
Why do you think avocado is profitable?
Because I said avocado, I'm going to start avocado farming. Avocado.
Will you be buying from farmers, utakuwa broker, ama itakuwaje?
That's
Tuambie
where the
tu
problem
kweli.
comes in. I don't think I'm going to be. I'd rather buy from brokers. No, I know.
From farmers.
From farmers. I'd rather be a broker and buy from farmers. We'll see about that. I'm going to seek
When you
some.
get there.
When I get there, I'm going to seek advice because I am not even sure what I'm supposed to do. But for you to know a crop if it's profitable, how is the demand? That's the first thing. Just how is the demand in the market? Does it has high demand? Do people consume it much? Because for example, avocado,
Yes.
we eat avocados. We use avocado for hair products. We
Yes.
use avocado for mafuta. Like avocado,
kitu.
kila kitu kuna avocado. Basically, sahi. Like it's avocado is everything. Salad,
Yes.
avocado is eaten.
Kila kitu.
Avocado.
Yes.
So does your product has high demand in the market? Before just going in, before thinking of it, just visit a local market.
Exactly.
Just go to the market, find out, okay, now these farmers are selling avocado. Yes. Now by the end of the day, someone had a specific amount of avocado. Zimeisha ama natupa zingine ama like maybe hata zinaisha napata by the time this person is closing up the business.
Yes.
Avocado hata zilisha before. So watu wanakuja
sana.
wanaulizia wanapata haziko ama zinaiva zinaharibika natupa. So these are some of the things. Just visit your local market and find out such things. Actually, it's important.
Yes.
Because you don't get losses. Because if I'm going to start then this avocado farming, then the demand in the market is very high, which means I'm going to sell really fast.
Yes.
If you're a farmer, how the amount of yields that you're producing.
Yes.
Kama kuna mti yako ya avocado, how many does a tree produce?
Well,
The list or them.
If you
We're going to ask
Yes.
who was this Collins Ngetich.
Yes, Collins Ngetich, if you
Tell
listen
us.
to us, let us know what is the maximum yield potential of an avocado, a mature avocado plant.
Yes. Okay. And another thing is the maintenance cost. There's another problem, not problem, but factor that you have to consider before deciding that this crop of mine is actually profitable or it's going to sell.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's money. money. It's business.
Pesa,
It's a
pesa,
business.
pesa,
It's a
pesa.
business.
You're
We want
putting money,
farmers
yeah.
to get rich. We want to be among the top 10 rich people in this country. We want farmers to, just at least we have one farmer. Amata wawili tu wanawakilisha pale. At least it motivates people. So I can actually get rich by farming.
Exactly.
We'll see where we go wrong as farmers.
Exactly.
Then ensure that the maintenance cost of this particular crop that you're going to grow actually is manageable. For example, if it's avocado, like the storing part of it, transporting and everything. This way it's going to make you spend less and gain more. Yes.
Very interesting. And we are seeing that there's so much that farmers need in terms of information, Mercy.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've seen that has worked really well for farmers who have been profitable is that they don't wait for the market. They don't wait for their produce to be ready. Then they go mapema sana, to the market, And we're jumping in. We're jumping in. I know you're eager to get to know about what exactly they're this. And first of all, when you're going to start your farming, research is very important. Very, very important. And that's one of the things that we hear from my farmers. Want to make sure that you are actually being very, 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 very knowledgeable. You're getting the information that you require. And we have figures and numbers that we want to share with you today. And these figures are very simple. What is the profit per acre of maize? Mas?
Okay, I do. I'm interested to know that.
Yes.
Because I don't know even how many bags an acre of land can produce of maize. I want to go. I don't know if I go to Kitale because that's what they produce land more. Because in my area, from where I've grown up country, if you go to Shago, like maize is just produced for consumption.
Local.
Kifika is just us consuming the maize. Yes.
Commercially.
The thing maybe commercially that goes commercially is tea. Sana just tea. Coffee used to.
Bananas.
Right now it's not. Yeah, bananas and banana, but they don't sell sana.
Yeah. Why? Is it because of transport? Is it far?
Transport and everything.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting. So maize can be profitable and also big loss. Yes, but when you talk about maize and profitability, it means that you are also looking at the duration. So how to calculate profit is basically your cost of production minus your selling price, and the remaining is profit or a loss. But when it talk about profit, it also means that there are so many things that you put in. And remember, as we discussed last time, is capex and opex. Capital expenses, things like the land, tilling the land, all those things, drip irrigation if you're putting it. And then there's opex, the operational expenses, the normal operational expenses that you're getting, So if you have those ones in two, calculated really well, then you understand, now this is how it's supposed to be,
This I'm going to spend
exactly.
less and
Yes.
gain more.
Yes. So maize, 150,000 shillings is profit per acre.
150,000?
Yes.
Just profit.
Standard.
You've done everything, transportation, everything.
Yes.
Hizi ni pesa zako zenye umeshika tu hivi kwa mkono.
Yes.
Please give me a share of my land. Give me a share. I want to lease land.
But that one, why we're saying that you also need to make sure that you're understanding when you say most profitable, it also means the crop that spends the least amount of inputs and the shortest time to make money.
Okay.
Because if you get 150,000 and you are growing crop maize in Kitale, which matures after 10 months probably, you're only making 15,000 shillings a month.
Okay.
So you see, if you have other expenses that you nazo, hii pesa utakuwa na deni ya 150,000 before ikuje.
Yeah. So the duration of the crop.
Very important.
It's very important here.
Capsicum, clean, 3 to 4 months, probably tops of 5 months, 500,000.
And why are not farmers rich? Why are farmers not rich?
We will get there. There's a slide and I'm seeing Madam Director hapo anataka kuiweka hiyo lakini ngoja kidogo. So why maize so if you're doing maize shorter duration, it is profitable because angalia, you have 22,000 maize plants. Okay? 22,000 maize plants, and then each gives you 2 cobs. So you have 44,000. hata ukisema hii 4000 ipotee, uko na 40000 maize cobs.
40,000 maize cobs.
Mahindi ni how much, Masi? Mahindi ile ya kuchoma
40 bob.
green
Ila kuchoma ama ukishanunua ikiwa
mbichi bado
25 bob.
25 bob. Wewe uza yako to 10 bob, that's 400,000. Hiyo kama unauza green.
Umuza kiwa green.
Lakini sasa hiyo uja cross Naivasha huku hizi maeneo za Kajiado
and everything ujana na huko bado.
Ukipita kwenye na 10 months. Ukipita
ukienda in hizo sides, the duration is 10 months.
10 months. And even if your cost of production is like 100,000, in 4 months you have 400,000, it means you have 300,000. Meaning kwa kila month pia umepata 100,000. Are you seeing now the difference between that and 150,000 after 10 months?
Yeah.
That is the challenge. So you have to really understand your crop really well. Next crop has avocado. Wow. Has avocado. You can get 700,000 shillings, but it starts from the 3rd year. No, 4th year. So the 3rd year umeanza small production, maturing crop, prune, alafu now it starts, proper production. Sasa unapeleka ile avocado yako ya $5. Yes. Okay.
And how you've said avocado can reach up to 700,000?
Yes.
Okay. And farmers, tell us, where is the problem?
I can tell you 700,000 every season. So every season.
But
and your expenses are still there.
Season is like
yearly. Avocado, I think yearly. Or if you get good area where there's good water.
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
Okay.
But now you see.
But how much now is even per year? That's 700,000.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's not
but
bad.
See, it's a thing that you see. Look, when you're planting avocado, like I saw somebody doing sunflower, and then you do sunflower really well, and then on the sides, then there's nothing. It's just bare.
So
probably you can do a cover crop. Kama maharagwe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Again, as we are discussing, which are the most valuable crops, there's the next one that you need when you're cooking every day. Onions. Onions can be profitable. Onions can be a loss.
Onions can be a loss.
The difference between profit and loss for onions is just one thing. No, two things. Number of seedlings that you transplant and how you take care of the crop in terms of nutrition. Because this seedling has to bulb for it to be an onion. Otherwise, inakuwa pencil. Umeharvest kitunguu inakaa hivi.
The bulb, ikitungu mpaka ya chini. Just use hizo matawi kupika.
But you see, you're doing it for business.
Yeah.
So onions can also be very profitable. An average of between 300,000 and 600,000 shillings, depending on the tonnage that you get. Any kitunguu is very simple. Masi. Cost of production ya kitunguu ni kitu kama 180,000.
That's per acre.
Per acre if you're buying water, stuff like that. So ukitoa 5 tons. If you harvest only 5 tons of onions and you sell at 60 bob, you have 300,000. If you have 10 tons, which most farmers would really like to get, is 600,000. Difference ni feeding, nutrition, taking care of that crop.
Until it bulbs.
Hiyo ndio tofauti, by the way.
The moment it bulbs, never.
Bas.
Okay.
Now,
see, this art of farming, as we say, farming is an art. You have to be very keen.
Very keen.
And knowledgeable. Just knowledgeable. Actually, knowledgeable is the most important thing.
Exactly. Knowledgeable, taking care of the crop really well so that you're in the market pretty well. 3 other crops, tomatoes. Remember, you see a tomato in your food almost every day.
But with tomato, it has value addition.
I've seen tomato farmers crying.
Actually, there's one comment here in the Africa Farmers Club.
Yes.
One who say, I wish people would give reasons for voting tomatoes, because for me, it's the least.
Wow. But you see, when you're cooking, hata kwanza kabla tuendelee na mambo ya cooking sana. Kuna unga na
kuna kana.
Bas.
Kuna unga na kuna kana.
Yes.
Because we're talking of cooking.
Yes.
Now kana. Kana is the best maize flour to use.
What's it?
I don't know if you've tried it. I will comment on our comment section below if you've tried it out.
Yes.
And you have any doubts, then you don't know.
kuna unga na kuna kana.
Yes.
You know, and one of the things that we have really appreciated the fact, even the packaging, there's 5 kgs, you know, there's 1 kilo, there's 2 kilos, yes, and then there's 1 kilo,
kg, and there's
500 grams, you know. Kana.
Actually, I have a message to the comrades. You know, people.
Comrades,
Comrades. Comrades.
Yes.
Comrades are this. You've heard of that name?
There's more. So with Kana is modern, quality, professional, and tasty. The message to the comrades.
Message to the comrades.
Yes.
Comrades are suffering. So if you're a comrade, instead of buying the 1 kg, you can buy the 500 grams. Cheaper.
Comrades power. Comrades power. That is Kana. Very interesting. And Kana, Giant Millers have actually contributed a lot in taking some food to Marsabit. Thank you, Agnes, and your team. It's a brilliant job that you're doing. We are really touched together with the congregation that you're actually doing this with. Now, tumesema kuna unga na kuna kana, lakini lazima utumie nyanya kupika. Tomatoes is also something very profitable. It's a very dicey decision that you need to make. You have to take care of the tomato, make sure the quality is good. Especially the varieties are very important for you to be able to check this out. Yes.
Actually, there's a time I had my grandma complaining about she had planted tomatoes and they had come out perfectly. Just like a little bit. We should like a few weeks. Then the rain comes. Then that's it for the tomatoes.
Yes. Very interesting.
So you have to be keen with the climate or where you're planting.
Yes. You have to. First of all, tomatoes lazima test mchanga.
Test mchanga and timing of planting.
Timing, because when it's raining, you might lose everything.
Yeah.
If it's something that you're not losing, if it's not raining, you make sure that you're taking care of it really well. If it's raining, you have to raise the tomatoes, you know, so that they don't get rotten. You have to play around with your figures very well, tomatoes, yeah? But it can be really profitable. We're taking a short break now, and when we come back, we'll talk about 2 other crops that are really profitable, and then we'll talk about what you can do to get money in farming. This is a farmer's breakfast.
A nursery bed is a small area of a yard or garden that's used for growing certain selected plants. The goal of a nursery bed is to grow young plants to a certain size at which they can be easily transplanted. A nursery bed can also be used to evaluate plants to see if they are worthy of planting in the larger garden, to observe their growth, habit, and color, or watch them for pests and diseases. A nursery bed is especially helpful for vegetable gardeners practicing succession in planting, in which a steady supply of fresh produce is maintained.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food, but also for treatment for numerous conditions.
Welcome back to a Farmer's Breakfast Show right here from County 034. And before we went for a break, Mercy told us that she will be selling avocado at $5 in the US and make 700,000 shillings.
After every 1 year.
Ati?
After every 1 year.
After every 1 year.
You get your 700,000.
Where? Yes. It's not bad money, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about farming, Mercy, ni kusababu wakulima, I think we've not been told the truth. We've not been told like, oh yes, you can make 500,000, but it's not at there's also so much that you also need to put in, and that's what we want to find out. What is the capital expenses? You know, what is the operating expenses that you as a farmer have to put that? And with that is why you need an app, at least a solution that can be able to help you manage your farm. Yes, exactly. And we'll be talking about that not tomorrow, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yes.
Yes, we'll tear it into pieces and find out what it is.
And understand every bit of it.
Exactly.
I'm sure people out here have like a number of questions. We keep on mentioning it, but now they're not sure how it exactly works. How am I going to do it?
Exactly.
How is it going to profit my business and everything?
Yes. And there's some very interesting comments. Before we went for a break, there was this comment that you mentioned about by Lenny Sylvester. Probably you just touched on it again.
Lenny Sylvester said, I wish people would give reasons for voting tomatoes, because to me it's the list. Then before I pick the best of the top 3, sugarcane, indigenous veggies, and dania, I consider production cost, risk factor, and price demand stability. If you have a little capital and need quick money, do dania. If you got money and time to invest in not just sugarcane but ile ya kutafunwa.
Exactly.
Kutafunwa. There's sugarcane and there's sugarcane ya kutafunwa.
Yes, ndio kuna sugarcane ya
ya sugar.
Yes, na kuna ile yenu ya kukula.
Kukula.
Oh, zote zinakulwa lakini in different. One is processed, one is raw.
Raw, okay. Yeah. An acre done in smart way should bring you nothing less than 750,000 per year. Very low risk on crop loss at production, like in vegetables that are prone to infections, drought, and insects. Yes.
Interesting, very interesting. Yes, tomato still is the reigning champion. Tomato is the reigning champion. I'm very surprised that maize comes in there.
Like
I did not expect, yes.
And actually we don't have, we have a number of votes in, just a few people voted.
Interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting. Another comment that comes there is Charles Moriah says Facebook farmers can hardly differentiate between high sales versus high profit. Okay. A real farmer knows it's none of the above. Very interesting. I would like to, Charles, tell us more about that. There's high sales and high profit.
There's high profit.
Very true, yes. As we're discussing, yes. You can sell something and sell at a very high price, but probably the cost of production is high.
Okay.
So unapata you're selling something at 600,000, but your cost of production was 500.
500,000.
So profit is 100.
So you just like you've done
Exactly.
nothing.
And also looking at the discussion in terms of what you're saying, in terms of duration it takes for you to be able to harvest.
To get that money, actually.
Yes. Edu Mikwi says that mushrooms, they have been great. I've been growing oyster and button mushrooms. I've also been learning how to grow medicinal mushrooms. Very interesting.
There is medicinal mushrooms.
Interesting. I've not heard about that, and hope to commercially grow them in the near future. Thank you for your feedback, Edu Mikwi. He also says hizo ziko na zote moja moja ndio ziko na pesa. Why? Okay. Because not everyone is doing them. The moment everyone jumps on them, we'll have another quail saga. And people will claim, so he's saying
that
about
the
mushrooms.
votes, or the moja moja.
Mushrooms, not very many people are doing it. Okay.
Actually, you have even flowers, ginger,
Oh,
avocado.
no, actually saying that this is going to vote moja moja and just going to pesa.
They're going to pesa because not so many people are doing it. From wheat, arrowroots, Irish potatoes, coffee, dania, plantains, banana, avocado, ginger, flowers.
Hata mimi sija vote. Capsicum. For me, it is capsicum. I think capsicum is very profitable. I think it's very profitable, for sure.
Capsicum?
Capsicum is very profitable. In fact, I will vote for capsicum.
Because that's your area of strength.
Yes.
Just like in high school, teachers used to tell us, just find your area of strength and focus on it.
Maybe nimefocus hapo. First, very interestingly, as we looking into the last parts of this, we want to discuss something very interesting that we have actually had lined up and prepared for this. How do farmers get rich in Kenya? How do you as a farmer get rich in Kenya?
First,
Mercy.
selling to
Couple
local.
to your slide.
How do farmers just selling? How do farmers get rich? Just selling.
Just selling.
Farmers are the, I don't want to be offensive, but I'll tell you that when you're off camera. I'll ask that question when you are off camera. But I think some of the ways in which farmers get rich is, let's say per se, selling. That's the only way you can get rich. It's just selling. It's just selling. You have to sell for you to get money.
But before you sell, there are many things. One of the things that you have to check out as a farmer is to be able to know that you have to make sure that even the way you are taking care of the crop is very important. The pesticide that you spray, how you spray, why do you need to spray is very important. And how you can be able to reduce your costs is one thing, is by understanding that you cannot continue doing the same thing that you do and expect different results, you know. So as in partnership with Market Access Upgrade Program by UNITO, there's a Soma label campaign that we need you to check out. Ensure that the labels of the pesticides have a valid expiry date and batch number. Make sure that you are the label is readable. Don't buy pesticides.
And the instructions.
Yes,
also,
and the instructions.
most important, the instructions.
Yes.
I think each label has instruction on how to use, the amount to use.
Exactly. Yes. Always refer to the label for instructions on usage, safety, and handling pesticides. Make sure that you check the label of the pesticides to ensure it has a valid expiry date. Ensure that it is visible and intact. And very interestingly, always follow the label instructions on usage, safety, and handling of pesticides. That message has been brought to you courtesy of Market Access Upgrade Program. Wanasema dawa bora, mazao bora.
Actually, you should sensitize on following the instructions. Because let's say, for example, you bought something.
Yes.
You read the instructions manual.
No. Let us go back to how do farmers get rich in Kenya. We'll be sharing a slide in the next few seconds. Tips to get more money by farming in Kenya. Are we waiting for that to be put up? Yes, and there we have it. So what are the tips to get more money by farming in Kenya? Number one is to sell to local businesses. Who's here to a local? Local, because it is something that is being consumed. Cost of transportation, packaging is very minimal.
Actually, minus transport. These are people. These are your daily
Yes.
customers, like
Yes.
each and every single day of it all. You get to, let's say, for example, the farmers. You're
Yes.
selling sukuma wiki. People eat sukuma wiki day in, day out. So these people are going to be coming for this sukuma wiki daily.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are just your intact customers. per se.
Exactly. You know, something else is that you can rotate the crops, crop rotation habits. Make sure you're rotating your crop. One of the important things of rotating a crop is you are boosting the soil. You are regenerating the soil, you know, using less fertilizers, but using other crops to boost. For example, beans, kunde, stuff like that can help you boost nitrogen.
The soil in the land.
Exactly. Then the next one is improve farm equipment. Make sure that you improve your farm equipment. And then farmers should boost irrigation. Irrigation is something very important. It's not something that you take for granted. If you're farming, you can't just say, okay, I'm relying on the rain. If it comes, exactly.
You have to, if there's no rain, you have to opt out for irrigation.
Exactly.
I think another tip is increase the use of fertilizers.
Yes. Increase use of fertilizers, but alternatives. Make sure, exactly. So bei ya fertilizer imepanda. So make sure that you are increase the use of, actually basically it's not increase use of fertilizer, but make sure that you are feeding the crops well and correcting the soil. Test the soil,
Find out the problem, work on it.
Yes. Fix it, fix the soil, fix your soil. Soil is everything for you. Improve market access, regulations and governance. That's one of the things that farmers can be able to, can be done for farmers to be able to get rich. If the market access, if farmers can be able to access markets, it would be nice. Regulations and governance around farming. Make better use of information technology. Definitely, that is
Smart
something.
farming.
Exactly, smart farming. You have
Embrace
to make
it.
sure. Exactly.
Yes.
You know, you make use of that. Something else that you can do, and we here at Farmers Media want you to do, is to be able to connect, learn, and grow. Connect with us. Connect with other farmers. Connect with everybody else. You know, we are. That way, then it becomes very helpful. You can be able to learn so much that is there
that you don't know.
Exactly.
Other than just being enclosed in your own farm, saying I'm just going to do this my own way.
Yes.
And I hope it's going to work. No, just reach out to your farmers, those groups. I think
Yes.
farmers have these two groups, chamas.
Yes.
They spread those fertilizer and everything. Reach out to those groups. They're helpful either way, because you find maybe your neighbor did something and did not work out. You're not going to do the same mistake.
Yes.
Or they did something and corrected, and they ended up getting good yields. So just reach out to your fellow farmers. Reach out to us, a Farmers Media here. You can also ask questions in the African Farmers Club on Facebook. It's a very good platform. Just ask questions there. If you have any question, trust me, there are many expertise over there.
Yes.
That people have done it before, have experienced it before. So you can
Yes.
just post a question there and you'll be answered.
Exactly. Very interestingly. And we have definitely our proverb of the day. It says, love is like a rice plant.
Rice.
Yes. Transplanted, it can grow elsewhere.
You can actually transplant rice.
Yes.
You take me to where you should know how rice is grown.
Exactly. We have a few things that have been happening that we want to mention also. There's an outbreak of some birds that are eating rice in Kano Plains. We saw that all over the news yesterday.
Yeah.
And farmers are complaining that they're using up to 5,000 shillings to just to employ someone to chase away the birds. Kazi yako ni like yeye wakulima tuko na shida. Bei ya mchele imeshuka, importation of
Then you have birds and you're paying someone for just starting the farm to start chasing the birds.
I was watching yesterday and it was very interesting. You know,
it's really funny.
Yes, and then there are some grasshoppers, some funny grasshoppers that are actually invading some of the farm of our farms. Yes, I hear they're taking a lot of fodder, napier grass na kula kabisa.
Yeah, apart from actually them eating, they are, if animals feed on this grass, they die.
Huh?
There's this kamdudu that's found in grass.
Yes.
And if animals feed on that grass, they die. Yes.
Wow.
And now
Watch out.
people actually are calling out for assistance so that they don't spread to other farms.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Talk to your county extension officers and find out more about this, because definitely they have information about this. Tomorrow is a powerful day for us here. We'll be talking about soil testing in detail.
Not just this slight mentions over here.
Tutaongea juu yao kabisa.
Step by step.
Yes, the
and
what,
the importance,
the
what,
talk
the
about
how, the why,
yes,
where, and
we will
where.
demystify everything. And then we'll also talk about Diagnostic Tuesday. How do you diagnose soil challenges, especially if you've already detected that you have challenges? Yes. Okay, thank you very much. This has been a Farmer's Breakfast Show right here from County 034. We apologize that today we had to start a bit late because of things beyond our control. You as a farmer, if you're watching us, remember that we want you to connect, learn and grow, as well as all of you in the stakeholders in the industry. We're going to make sure that we are going to do that. And later on this week, we will be starting off a partnership that we have already built over a few months with the county government of Kajiado under the able leadership of our very able CEC of Agriculture, Madam Jacqueline Coyne. It is called Jua Daktari Wako. This is a Farmer's Breakfast. See you tomorrow.
Same.